Hello, Out Louders. Recently, we had the pleasure of talking to fellow YouTubers Tom and Michael from Take Time to Travel.
They are this amazing age gap couple that travels the world together.
Awesome.
Grab some popcorn and enjoy the show. Okay, so, you ready, Brian?
I'm good.
You guys ready?
We're ready.
All right.
All right. Tom and Mike, how are you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing great.
Fellow YouTube couple, where are you guys coming from right now?
So we're in Lisbon right now. We've been here for about a month and a half, and I think we're staying for about another month and a half.
I am super envious of your lifestyle, and for our viewers who don't know about you, can you tell us a little bit about you?
Sure, well, why don't I start? I'm Tom. I'm 67 years old, and I'm from Toronto originally. And a number of years ago, I was on the floor of the Toronto Stock Exchange. I was a trader. And then I did that for about 13 years. Absolutely loved my job. And then one day I didn't love it so much. So I decided to sell the shares in my brokerage, sold my house, and moved my family up to our cottage on the lake and lived there. It was a couple hours north of Toronto. Lived there for a number of years, raised my family, and did some local politics.
Nice.
Wow.
What about you, Mike?
Well, my name's Michael. I'm 29 years old and also from Toronto, but just a suburb just outside of the city. I was a financial analyst for about 6 or 7 years. And once COVID happened, things started to get pretty stressful at work, and I just was really unhappy with my job, so I decided to leave. And at that time, we decided it would be a good time to do one of our dreams, to travel full time. So it was during the pandemic, but we decided to go and travel within Canada because that was the only place we could at the time. And then once the travel restrictions opened up, then we started to travel internationally more. And since we've been doing that, we've been absolutely loving it.
So this year is going to be 10 years that we've been together in October. And so 10 years ago, there wasn't really a lot of things like we have now, like Grindr or Scruff or all those kind of things. If they were out there, I didn't know about them and didn't use them. And back in those days, we had Craigslist. They had personal ads. And so I used Craigslist personal ads, and so did Mike, and we met there, and we've been together ever since then.
Craigslist couple.
A Craigslist couple. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
In preparation for this little chat here, I went back and rewatched your sort of coming out video for you guys. And Tom, you know, the way that you were just discussing it, like, this is the way it is. I have always said we and us in these videos, and now I want to introduce you to Mike. I'm just curious, you know, how did you guys get through that, and why did you decide to share your relationship with the world?
And what was, like, the feedback that you got on it?
Yeah.
Well, I've been pushing Mike for quite a while to be in front of the camera instead of behind the camera, and then some of our friends started talking to him too and saying, well, you should be in front of the camera. So for me, I thought it would be pretty easy. You didn't think it was going to be that easy though, did you?
No, I was really nervous about doing it. I wasn't sure, since we're in an age gap relationship, how it would be received online. But for the most part, it was very overwhelmingly positive responses that we got. Now, there were a few pretty negative responses, but we just deleted those.
Yeah.
Just delete it.
We do the same, because then I feel like when I respond to that person with the negative comment, there are so many positive ones that I should be responding to instead. So it's like, I'm not going to let this one person ruin what we have, you know?
Exactly.
So John and I are both foodies, so we want to know, like, the best country you've traveled to where it was just a food fiesta palooza, where you just wanted to eat everything in sight.
For me, I would probably say Singapore. They have like a big Chinese and an Indian and a Malaysian kind of population, so there's a good mix of flavors from all over. And the food there is super cheap. Like, you can go to hawker centers, which is kind of like little food stalls inside like a big kind of outside food court kind of thing. And you can get like Michelin recommended meals for like $2 or $3 per person that are just absolutely incredible.
Yes. Okay. Maybe we'll be going there.
Well, I love their videos. I mean, all of the cool sights and scenes and things, but the food really pulls me in.
Right.
I love Paris. Happy to go back there anytime and just be able to walk along the streets. And like, I remember one Sunday morning we were going for a walk. I think we were walking up to Montmartre, and it was really early in the morning. We cut through a really residential neighborhood, and we saw it when we came around the corner. There was this big long line coming out of some store, and we thought, oh, I wonder what's going on there. So we went over, and it was a bakery. So we got in line. We just thought, well, as we get closer to the front, we'll see what everybody's ordering, and we'll get that. So that's what we did, and had great food.
So is that how you pick where you travel next? You just say, okay, what am I hungry for? And you Google that up and figure out where you're going?
So there's a few things that we think about when we're traveling. A big one is the time of year. So if the weather's going to be nice, if it's going to be rainy season or something like that, we really don't want to go if it's raining the whole time. We also love to find a good deal. So we always want to make sure we can find a reasonably priced flight and accommodation while we're there. Visas is another big thing. We want some place that's pretty easy to go to.
Do you have any on your bucket list right now?
There's quite a few.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
We'll gradually get to them, but I guess like places like Colombia. We'd like to go to Greece. Haven't been to Greece yet. Bali, Malaysia. Go to Kuala Lumpur. That'd be nice.
How many countries have you guys been to? Do you know?
I don't know exactly. Maybe.
That's a good problem to have. You can't remember how many.
Right. That's a good one.
Do you also just like, I don't know, check like the LGBTQ kind of culture and things like that before you go?
We don't want to go to a place where we're gonna have to worry about getting thrown in jail or something like that. So as long as they're pretty accepting, we're happy to go. But I think pretty much everywhere we've gone, there's been like a gay neighborhood that we always visit at least once or twice while we're there.
Yeah, in most big cities you don't have a problem. There's some countries that we just absolutely wouldn't go to.
Yeah, well, one of your video series on Puerto Vallarta, which is where we went before too, so we were sharing a lot of similar memories in your videos. Oh, we were there, we've seen that. Of course, that place is fairly accepting and welcoming to the LGBTQ community. Have you been anywhere that you've had like a weird experience, or someone that looks at you funny, or you feel judged anywhere?
I don't really think so. We haven't really had the problem. Mind you, we're not really, like when we're traveling, we kind of keep to ourselves, and if we're in restaurants or whatever,
they probably just think we're father and son or some relative, you know how you get that.
Right, exactly. So you leave the feather boas at home when you go out, that's what you say.
Tried to, yeah.
Do you have any like tips or anything that maybe you learned the hard way about traveling, or is there a website that you guys use that that you could share with everybody?
We always love to book through Airbnb, especially for long-term traveling. They have monthly discounts for a lot of the time, so that'll be a pretty big savings. And then on top of the monthly discount, we'll also usually ask the host for an additional discount. Usually when we're staying at a place for monthly, it'll be like 50% cheaper than like the daily rate kind of thing.
Yeah, I plan things well in advance. Like I'll even get down to like where we're having dinner each kind of night if we're going on the shorter kind of trip. Yeah, and we'll go over things. I guess because I had a financial background, it's like I want to check over things 2 or 3 times to make sure everything's lined up.
I know he'll have the Excel spreadsheet on the
I love
all he
it.
has to do is tell me what day to have my suitcase packed and we're ready.
No, that's what he does too. Like we'll travel and I'll be like, oh, I looked up these places for dinner, and I'm like, good, can you get us there? Yep. And then I'm just like, I'll just follow along.
It's just these older gays just can't keep up with us, Mike. That's what it is. We need to plan everything.
Please.
That's what
Come
it is.
on. No, because we've been doing it so long, we need to teach you guys how to do it. That's why.
Happy to hand it over.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
apparently.
There you go. Take it all. What inspired you guys to create a YouTube and share it? I mean, I love watching travel videos, and I
do
love
too,
watching
like walkthrough stuff, which is like kind of
which
your
is
style.
what you guys
I
do,
love
which
that.
I love. So, what inspired you guys to do it and say, "Hey, we're going to share this with everybody"?
I guess probably I'm a big YouTube fan. I've watched YouTube videos for ages, and I'm a big consumer of YouTube videos myself. So when we decided we were going to travel, it's like, okay, we better get a camera and record some of this stuff. And it's it's a great way we can share it with our family and our friends. They know where we are all the time and kind of share that experience with us. And it's a great way for us to look back. It's not like those pictures you have in your phone that you took of some trip and you never look back in your gallery to look at those pictures. But we can look at the videos, and it's like, it's the greatest way just to sort of bring back memories. So that was kind of fun too.
You have this repertoire of memories, which is so nice. You can just go on your YouTube page and check them out. In fact, when we went to Spain and we came back and my mom says, "How was it?" I'm like, just hold on, just go watch the video. that'll illustrate
That'll give
everything
you
perfectly.
everything.
So are you looking for a place to settle down, or has anywhere really piqued your interest into saying, okay, we can stay here for more than a few months?
You know, when we get to somewhere like Lisbon here, it's beautiful, and this is a big possibility for sure. I'm done with Canadian winters. I don't want to see snow ever again. This past winter has been great because we really haven't had to experience any really cold temperatures. At some point we will settle down. It may be in Europe.
It may be in Europe, okay.
Thanks for taking time to talk to us.
Taking time.
See what I did there? I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah.
So
So thanks again, Tom and Mike. The link to their channel, Take Time to Travel, is in the video description. Please go subscribe. We love these guys. They're living their lives out loud all over the world.
all over.
And for you, don't forget to live your lives
Out loud.